Have you ever considered that the true bottleneck of our technological future isn't a lack of information, but a lack of processing power? For years, the world has been obsessed with data, calling it the new oil. But what if that widely accepted belief is a dangerous misdirection? In this script, we will challenge that idea and explore the high-stakes chip war, revealing how a tiny piece of technology is at the heart of the fight for global dominance. Chapter 3. The tricky cost of cheap labor. How many times have you heard that finding a cheaper way to produce something is the best way to win? We've all seen companies move production overseas to cut costs. But what if that short-term gain leads to a long-term loss of power and an even stronger competitor? America's leadership in the chip industry in the mid-20th century was undeniable. They had the best technology and the best computers, so they confidently began to offshore production to Asia to make their chips more affordable for a wider audience. It seemed like a win-win. American companies like Fairchild could lower costs and reach more customers, while countries like Hong Kong, Singapore, and Taiwan could reduce unemployment and see their economies grow. In fact, electronics manufacturing became so important that it accounted for a quarter of all manufacturing jobs in Singapore. But there were other, less obvious reasons for this collaboration. During the Cold War, the US wanted to prevent the Soviet Union from gaining new allies. This was so crucial that the US even allowed Japan to get a license to produce transistors. Even after their role in World War II, the US didn't see Japan as a real threat, believing they couldn't possibly make better chips. They were wrong. Japan, despite not initially excelling at making the chips themselves, became a master at designing products that contained them. A Japanese company like Sony launched incredibly successful transistor radios and calculators. And then, a revolutionary portable music player called the Walkman became one of the most popular devices in history. Japan's success was fueled by cheap credit, government support, and a protected national market that limited American products. Suddenly, America's market share in key chips plummeted to just 1.7% in the 1980s. So, before you embrace a simple cheaper is better strategy, consider these rethinks. Recognize the long game. A partner today can become your most powerful competitor tomorrow, especially if they are learning your technology. Protect your innovations. When sharing technology, be mindful of what you're giving away and the potential for it to be used against you. Support domestic innovation. Instead of just outsourcing, consider how government policy can protect and fund your own companies to ensure a future market. The question that lingered for America was a profound one. What happens when the student you taught to make chips better than you